Hi everyone, welcome to Forensic Examination 7 Index Buffers. Sorry for the time it's taken me to get another video out, but I've just been super busy and I just really haven't had time to knock anything together. But I've now got a lot of material which I've cobbled together, which I think will make quite a few videos over the next few weeks. So I'm looking forward to getting those done. In this video we're going to be covering index buffers. Alright, it's a bit of a random topic to jump into, and I will need to make other videos to explain certain background bits, technical pieces on it, but we'll get to those in time. Basically I had a large job come in over Christmas, and index buffers played quite a significant role in the case. Okay, there was some really damning evidence found there. So I'm going to be using the SIFT workstation as normal, alright, and autopsy. I'm also going to be using a Python script called index parse, alright, or INDX parse. Alright, I'm going to give you the link to that file, and obviously credit to the person who wrote it. It's excellent, really excellent, and it's free, which is always great. Before we do anything, I'm just going to give you the background on this. Okay, I've made a fresh install of Windows 7. I've then placed some digital camera images into the My Pictures folder. Alright, and then I've accessed each of those pictures, closed it, then shut the machine down, and then create a forensic image of the hard drive, alright, which is what we're going to be looking at, which is this one here, obviously. Alright, now when you access a file in Windows, alright, I can't remember whether this is switched on by default as part of an installation. I think it is, alright, but you'll need to check. When you access a file in Windows, it creates a link file to the file that you created, the file that you accessed, and it places that link file into a folder called recent. Now in Windows XP, it was in document settings, user profile name, and then a folder called recent. In Vista and 7, it's users, user profile, app data, roaming, Microsoft, Windows, recent. Okay, I'll just show you quickly. And it's there. Okay, users, profile, app data, roaming, Microsoft, Windows, recent. Alright, you'll see that there's one here called users, profile, recent. Alright, this is a symbolic link. You might remember me speaking to you about symbolic links in another video. I can't remember which one. Okay, if I were to click on this now, it's going to give me an empty folder, which is wrong. Alright, we want to click on this one. Alright, now as you can see, I've got link files in here pointing to the My Pictures folder when I accessed it, and links to the images that I accessed. Alright, and these times and dates here relate to this specific file, right? They don't relate to the image file itself, right, which is going to be important when I explain to you about index buffers, right? These do not apply to the images. What you can take from these dates, okay, is that, for example, this is the created column, which says that this link file was created at this time. So what you can say is at 16:39 hours, the user of this computer accessed this image file which created this link file. Alright, I am going to be covering link files in the next couple of videos, because they also themselves hold quite a lot of really useful information. Okay, but we don't want to look at link files in this video. We want to look at index buffers. Alright, so we want to look at the index buffer of this folder here, Okay, so I need to click on the metadata link here, which is going to present me with all this information regarding the folder called recent. Alright, now if you scroll to the bottom, you'll have an attributes section here. Right, this is to do with the MFT entry. Alright, now I'm also going to be doing a video on MFT entries, solely on MFT entries and the information they contain. Alright, and they do contain a lot. We're going to concentrate now on the index buffer, the index allocation side of things. Alright, this link here will take me to the index buffer for the folder recent. Alright, so if I click on that, you get this, and now this looks like a load of junk. If I click on hex, that looks a lot better. So this is the hex here, right? This is the magic number for an index buffer. Alright, nice, easy, INDX index. Now an index buffer is 4096 bytes long, alright, 4K, and it can contain a lot of information. Alright, now as you can see in this one, as I scroll down on the right hand side here, this is the ASCII display. You can see links to the image files that I've accessed. Alright, now the case that I was examining, I looked at the recent folder index buffer. Okay, now the reason I looked at it is not, I'm not asking or recommending that people go through the index buffer of each and every folder on the computer, because that would be ridiculous. What I'd done was I had an idea of the kind of things that I was looking for, and I performed keyword searches, alright, which were specific to that material, and I had a couple of hits actually within the index buffer of the folder recent. Alright, now I'm going to pause there and take you out of the VM and just show you quickly what an index buffer is. Alright, it's just a general easy explanation. That there's quite a lot more to it, which, you know, if you want to read up on, you can. This link here, this article, is the best one I've read so far on index buffers. It's really simple, really easy to understand. Comes with a nice picture like this. Alright, and the article basically goes on to explain, alright, that this section here is part of the MFT entry for a folder. Alright, now if you remember me telling you previously that everything on an NTFS system is treated as a file, alright, and will have its own MFT entry. This is the index part of the MFT entry. This is the index attribute part of the MFT entry for the folder. Alright, so in the example given in the article, a user wants to access the file e.back. Alright, so the index, the NTFS system will check here, alright, and it'll look at D. Right, this entry here is resident within the MFT entry for the folder, by the way. Okay, so it'll read that and go, D comes before E. Alright, they are stored alphabetically. Alright, so it'll look at D and go, well, D comes before E, so anything in this folder is going to be A, B, C up to D. Alright, into this index buffer, sorry, not folder, index buffer. So it'll pop on to the next one, which is H, and it'll go, well, H comes after E, E is before H, so it will drop down to this index buffer and look through it for e.back, and there it is. Alright, so that's a really simple explanation, really skimming over what they do. Alright, they do far more, but that's the important bit for this video. Okay, so in this index buffer, like I said, are entries for the files that we viewed, right, or I viewed. I can export, this is the ASCII view, by the way, I can export that to a file and it'll copy all this out. Alright, and then we're going to use that Python script that I told you about, index parse, to break that apart and show you the dates and times that are relevant to it. Okay, so if I open up a terminal, alright, now this is assuming that you've downloaded and installed the index parse Python script. Okay, if you haven't, then at the end of this video is going to be a link to it. Alright, so as you can see, index parse.py, there's my script. Alright, so Python index parse. For the purpose of this video, I've already copied out the index files. Okay, there's one for the pictures folder, which we'll go to in a minute. There's the index buffer for the recent folder. Alright, now these are, I got them down as present and deleted here because I am going to show you what it looks like after deleting those files from the folder. Alright, so typed in Python index parse desktop FE7 present, and we want the recent one. Okay, now if I hit return, it gives me all this. This is the contents all broken down. Doesn't look great just because, you know, it's all squeezed into the terminal. But what you can do is, if you do the greater than sign, you can knock it out to the desktop, if you, or wherever, to be honest. Recent index, if you knock it out as a comma separated value file. Alright, on my desktop now, hopefully, is recent index.csv. If we double click on that, it's a tab separated file. Okay, so make sure that's checked. Okay, and there it is, much prettier. These are the link files here. Alright, these are the times, the MACD times associated with those link files. Don't forget, nothing to do with these times and dates don't relate to the images, they relate to the link files here. Alright, great, let's get rid of that. Now then, let's close that out. If I looked at, let me go back to the bin here. Where did I do the bin? Okay, what I'm going to do, where's that recent index? Put that back. Let me just check it for a second. I want to see if there's a bit more information in there that I was after. Okay. No, there isn't. Right, okay. Getting ahead of myself here. Right. So, recent. We've just looked at the index buffer for recent. Alright. Which we saw the information that was stored in there. Alright, so as an examiner now, I've looked at the recent folder and seen these links to these images. Okay. Now, if I go to let's go back to that recent folder. Alright, these link files here, if I look at the metadata for these link files, alright, you look at things, you got like the security ID, you got the file, the MACD times again there, you got the hash values, remember those. All this stuff is really important. This is all going to be covered here in that MFT video that I was talking about. Alright. So what you can do is you can look at those link files, alright, and see where they point to. You know, we look at the contents there. Alright, it's not pretty to look at. Like in another video, like I said, like I may have said, we're going to be looking at the contents of link files as well. But just quickly, there you go. That's telling you where the link file points to. If we would go to that folder now, alright, there'd be I'll show you quickly, there's some pictures in there. Okay, great. Alright, now those are there, they're live, great. So basically if these were naughty, whatever, if this was really good evidence for you, we've looked at the index buffer, we've looked at the recent folder, seen that the link files are there, we've traced those link files back to this location. The fact that you've got the link files in the recent folder will tell you that a person using this computer has access to those images. Bang. Alright, good evidence. However, if a person has deleted those images, alright, and they're gone, you can't recover them, or you can't, you may have recovered them from unallocated, but you've lost any metadata dealing with those files, so you can't actually pin them to this location, alright, then you have a different sort of problem. Now then, I haven't got a forensic image of the computer after having deleted those, so you're going to have to kind of take my word for it. Alright, so what I've done is, if we go back to the index parse Python script, okay, there's that second file in there, the pictures index. Alright, now that's the index buffer for the actual folder my pictures. Alright, which is going to contain, again, well, I'll just show you it. It's going to contain links to, it's going to contain information on those, it's going to contain information on the images held within the My Pictures folder, alright? I put desktop. Alright, same again. Make sure, like I said, it's tab separated, okay? Here we go. Here are the images, the actual images, okay? They've got the .jpeg extension, alright? So these times now actually do relate to those images. Alright, so I have gone ahead now and deleted those images from that folder. Alright, now in the case that I was talking about, which I dealt with, this person had been using software which is designed to erase evidence, securely delete files, things like that, so that a person like myself or yourself would not be able to recover them. Now, the images that this person was looking at were deleted, okay? I couldn't recover them. However, what was the nail in the coffin for him was the fact that I was able to, because I'd done a keyword search for this kind of material, I had found evidence in the recent folder, alright, in the index buffer, sorry, for the recent folder, which were link files, alright. This was empty, the recent folder was empty, but when I looked at the index buffer for the folder recent, it contained links, it contained information dealing with link files that had once been here. So even though he'd been using this evidence elimination software, alright, it hadn't cleared the index buffer, alright. Now, I went ahead and deleted, I went into this folder, the actual recent folder itself, alright. It is a hidden folder, but you know, you can allow the computer to view, will allow you to view those within Explorer. I went to this browser, went to this folder, sorry, in Explorer, and deleted these files, alright. I'll just show you what the result of that was. It wasn't what I was expecting, actually. Okay. Silly. They're gone. Alright. As you can see, there's no longer any information dealing with the link files there. Alright. If you go back to the terminal with index pass, alright, there's a TACD option which will look through the slack space or the deleted space of the index buffer. Okay, so if I just do that, there'll be a bit more information. Again, it wasn't what I was expecting to see. Alright, now this points to this, to be honest, and I don't know why all these cropped up. I can't explain that at the moment. It is something I'm going to look into, which is a bit of a bummer. Alright, in the case that I was looking at over Christmas, those entries were still there. Obviously this evidence software, this file deletion software hadn't gone into the index buffer and cleared anything out. Alright, now if I look at the pictures folder, however, alright, the index buffer for the pictures, and I went in as normal and deleted those files. Alright, deleted them, emptied them from the recycle bin. See how it reads slack there now. Alright, these are deleted entries. If I was to do this, if I was to do that without the TACD, alright, for the deleted entries, it's empty. Alright, if you're using things like Encase, you can just see it anyway. You know, if I was to look at the if I was just to look at the raw data for this index buffer in Autopsy, it would show me those entries. Alright, but this parser, it just passes it out nicely for you, even the deleted entries, which is great. Okay, so if I go back, let's just show you quickly. Alright, these are the entries. Again, these relate to these files here. Alright. The importance of looking at the index buffer is the fact that you know, if I was examining this computer and this folder contained, you know, me doing naughty things.jpg, and I had these times access, I could say, well, at this time there was a file called that present. You know, if you get entries in the index buffer for the recent folder, that's even better, because you can show then that this person had access to them, even though you can't say what the content of that file was. If you're lucky enough that the person has named it in a fashion which is indicative, or they've downloaded a file with a file name that's indicative of the content, then you're on to a winner straight away. It's all good corroborative evidence for you. Alright, so that is index buffers. I hope this video hasn't been too boring for you or too much of a draw. Alright, there's the reference again for the article on index buffers. Alright, there's an article there on parsing index buffers. It's on the SANS website. Alright, those are the people who make the Swift workstation, obviously. And this link here, alright, this is the guy who made this index parse.py software. Right, go check it out. I had to install a couple of extra Python pieces of software in order to get it running, but it's fairly simple to get going. This is the website I downloaded it from. It's a really nice breakdown of the software and what it can do. There's your different, tax to use against it, and the output you can gain from it. Have a play around with index buffers, deleting files within a folder and then checking the contents of the index buffer to see how it changes. Again, thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's been so long since the next one, and I'm hoping over the next few weeks that we're going to get quite a few videos up dealing with link files, the contents of the link files, MFTS, disk signatures, volume signatures. Really going to get the ball rolling now on a lot of videos, and hopefully help you all out there to broaden your knowledge in forensics. So take it easy, thanks for watching.